What is good, everybody? Long time no see. I'm sorry, man. I just wanted to focus more on my trading, and my strategy has literally been like revamped. But today was honestly the toughest day that I've had since I've stopped posting these videos. But I'm gonna start again. I actually felt like it really held me accountable more, even though like I'm still showing up and things like that, still improving every day. Um, I love showing the videos too and making them. So let's get straight into it. Now, my strategy is basically a mix of the past two strategies that I've had, which is supply and demand, which was what I was doing in the beginning of my career, and then breakouts. So now it's a mix of supply and demand and breakouts. So today, I made a mistake. Let's just start with silver. So when we go on silver, you already know I take the breakouts that have, you know, tap the 50 EMA or SMA, and then it goes back up. Um, and this one we needed some confluence. So the confluence here, which was the supply and demand zones, that's the confluence. So this was a confluence right here, and we had a great reaction to the zone. You know what I mean? As long as it's valid, like I'm able to take it. If the zone's not invalid, we good. So I thought this setup was good. Solid breaker structure, boom, boom, boom. Um, but this is what really got me. Usually, when trades are either like spiking down or spiking up like that, I don't take them. But I decided to take silver. You know, it was very, very high, which I don't have a problem with. But when it like spikes like this, I really just should stay away. You know what I mean? And this is why I stayed away from silver in this case too when it spiked up. I literally didn't trade it until like I saw a clear trend, and as you can see it was going down, and I ended up taking like a sell over here that we're going to talk about in a minute, or over here. Um so yeah, back to this setup. It was solid. Besides that, what's it called? Big gap, which I usually don't trade, but I just decided to take this one, and I really should have I feel like I got to be sharper than I am, you know, because look at this instant loss. There's been situations like this where, something would happen in the past and I don't take it, but then now I take it cuz I forget about what happened back then. So, kind of like organizing my thoughts and just having more experience in the market, which I've been having experience for a couple years now. It's going to all play out at the end of the day. So, that was my first lesson. Like this setup, you know. Oh wait, no, this one. The gap was so huge. Should have never traded silver this day, which was today. Price being high, like yes, it's cool, but not if it's just spiking. Not if the price is spiking like this. Like this is such a huge gap that we have to fill. Like we just don't know. I like when prices just gradually like going up. Actual good price action. Spikes aren't good price action, guys. Let's keep it real. Um, Now we have the 28th on gold. This was also today. So as you can see, it's another solid setup. This setup looked better than the one last time, better than silver. As you can see, there's no like big spikes or anything besides like here. But as you can see, like we're clearly going up and this is a healthy trend. Yes, it's high. There's nothing over here. But anyways, I would have taken the breaker candle right here, right? Of course, you take it up here, but I didn't. That's exactly why I didn't. So this next candle is where I messed up because it's actually where I entered. And as you can see, in real time, this candle went below this one. So if that happens, you literally just wait for this candle to like have another breaker candle. Like you wait for the next candle. You know what I'm saying? Because it already went below. So now your stop loss, your whole stop loss changes because this candle just went below. So even though it broke above this one, like this is going to be your stop loss. You have to wait for it to break again. That's just how I trade. And in this case it didn't break. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we should not have entered anything yet. And now As you can see, it tapped the 50 again, and then we created this little 5-minute zone, still coming off the 1 hour. This is when we should have entered. You know what I mean? Um, go for a little 1-to-1. This is where we should have entered. Made the mistake of entering a little too early, but as you can see, that won. And I guess my discernment was just off today, just very off. Two of these mistakes that I made, and I'm just like, dang, bro, there's no way. I was going through it earlier in the day, had to make a video, man. Yeah, so that was the second mistake. Third one was silver on the 27th. So yes, I took back to back to back L's. Embarrassing, man. Look, man, at least we could learn from them. That's what we here for. So in this case, it's early in the day. It's early in the day. I thought the setup was solid. As you can see, it's clearly a downtrend. You know what I mean? Even though we're spiking so much, we're clearly in a downtrend now. Like, this is literally 3 days later. So we're in this clear downtrend. We tapped the 50. We tapped the, what was this, 1 hour zone. We literally nicked the 1 hour zone, started going down. Now, I start my trading days at 7:30, and as you can see, this won, right? This literally won. But me being a little indecisive, not waking up earlier to get, defrost my brain and stuff like that. Probably should wake up around 7, just to get my mind flowing and everything. Not 7:15 or anything. Definitely waking up a bit earlier now because I saw this and I was just nervous. I was like, wait, like this candle, I don't enter break of candles if the candle's going against me. This candle clearly isn't going against me. It's more of like a little indecision candle, but it was going down. And this stopped me from entering right here. So my real entry was right here. Oh, wait. It was right here. So now, as you can see, we got to go for that 1 to 1.5. And we got an entry right here, but an instant L. My entry was actually right here. This is why we had the instant L. So my entry should have been up there. We should have got the dub. And boom, we just lost. I was already a little conflicted on this setup just because like we started like breaking a little structure and stuff. But I was like, man, I literally flipped my MacBook around just to see, how this would look if it was going up, like if it was an uptrend. And I have to treat these like very similar just because like if this was an uptrend and that kind of thing had happened, I would have still took it. So I'm like, bet we still gonna take it. And I rate my setups out of 10. I have a whole system that I can go over if y'all want me to. And it was an 8 out of 10. If it's at least a 7 out of 10, we're going to take it. So I took it and it instantly lost. But my entry point was for sure off. We could have got a dub off of this. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We learn, we live and learn. These are the lessons I learned. Just entry points being on target. I'm going to make sure that I wake up at 7, have a little routine. I do have a routine, I do have more of a routine now. Just like, journaling for a couple minutes before I start trading. I really need to make sure I'm locked in, bro. Like, this is what I want to do. So I can't wake up a few minutes before the market opens, bro. Because you can have a setup like this. But yeah, wake up at 7, have a little routine and check to get mind right before trading. All right. But yeah, those were the lessons we learned. I'm glad to be back, y'all. We're going to come back with the consistent videos. And honestly, trading is such a journey, y'all. Trading is such a journey. But I'm just learning to just let go. Just take setups that go with my plan and live with the results. Of course, review your setups like I am right now when you're in the right mind state. And yeah, we good, y'all. We good. We gonna keep on going.